Hello. Fans and aficionados of the 20th century cinema are undoubtedly familiar with the works of Akira Kurosawa. Just as likely, they're familiar with Kurosawa's profound influence on a young George Lucas and his crafting of a little-known trilogy called The Adventures of Luke Starkiller, as taken from the Journal of Wills, Saga 1, The Star Wars. He later shortened it to, well, you know where this is going. Also, I'm not British. Anyway, this is Toshiro Mifune. Most people know him from Yojimbo, Seven Samurai, and The Hidden Fortress. This guy's star power played a huge role in Kurosawa's rise to greatness from the late 1940s to like the mid-1960s, and the dude was just an absolute juggernaut of an actor. One of the original true international superstars. And he was so revered by George Lucas that in the mid-1970s, he was offered either of two leading roles in Star Wars, and they were his for the taking. He was offered the role of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you guessed it, probably because you saw the thumbnail, Mifune could have been your Darth Vader. And if you're a fan of Toshiro Mifune like I am, then you know it would have been so dope. Just picture Hollywood, like back when the world was still black and white. Picture how stiff and wooden actors were, like in a gangster movie in the 1950s. And then imagine dropping a really animated, top of his game, Daniel Day-Lewis into one of those movies. That's what Toshiro Mifune was like. He just stole every scene. His presence was just bigger than everyone else. The person who actually reminds me of him the most is Benicio del Toro. In fact, I was actually stunned once when I heard Bill Murray say the same thing, basically by accident.
I want to say Toshiro Mifune, but it's not. It's the guy who played Che.
Did you say Benicio?
Yeah. Benicio del Toro. Yeah.
Like, get out of my head, Bill Murray. And look, I'm not really sure how they would have replaced a 6'8" German guy with a 5'8" Japanese dude. And I don't think George Lucas would have covered his face. So there wouldn't have been a mask. But that's how good the dude is. I'm also not sure how Luke Skywalker and Leia would have been white kids, but whatever. Maybe it's like the will of the Force. I don't know. I think it would have been incredible. But I also think Mifune was right. He turned down the chance because being a space samurai wizard would kind of cheapen his body of work. And it would have. He's right. But dang, I wish I could have seen it. So anyway, this is kind of my first video where I say stuff. So thanks for hanging out and watching me draw. I've been a commercial artist for years, and the type of work that I do has always been predicated on, like, versatility. So I'm not an expert at anything, certainly not drawing in Photoshop, but I'm pretty solid at creating just about whatever a client wants. I've worked for a lot of cool companies as an illustrator, a muralist, sculptor, fabricator, and you can see all the random stuff that I've made on bradleynewman.net. I might be the most random artist I'm actually aware of. No joke. And I'm totally a human person. Beep beep. So anything you see on bradleynewman.net or in my stores is totally AI free. This drawing took me hours to make, even though it's sped up for this video. And I really think that drawing is the fundamental medium. It's like the gateway drug to all creative visual media. So if you enjoy drawing, you probably enjoy sculpting or airbrushing or graphic design, and if you have an aptitude for drawing, I think that spills over too. And if you happen to have a torso, you probably like wearing shirts, and this design is available on my site. The link is below, and you'd be helping my channel grow into something. So, thank you very much, really. And now I'm gonna go back to my British accent. Righty-ho. Very well then. I hope you enjoyed my little internet movie reel. I shan't be late for an important upcoming rendezvous, and other British things people say. Please subscribe to my little show so we can further pen a drawing together in the future. Or sculpt a giant squirrel that would adhere to the side of a building. That seems oddly specific.